more than half of the Junk Journal January 2025 challenge is over. So this is all what I've done, and we have still more inspiring prompts left. So let's dive right in and work on the next prompt. Hi, I'm Susanne from Susie's Journal Adventure, and welcome to a new adventure in my Junk Journal January journal. So if you've missed the last video, this was the collaboration video for the Junk Journal January challenge. And I will link, of course, the video down below in the description box for you. I worked on the prompt fragile, and you know, I was really happy when Meg at Meg Journals invited me to be one of the creators for this year's challenge, because Junk Journal January was my first challenge that I ever worked on concerning junk or art journaling. And so I really feel very honored when Meg popped in my DMs and asked me to join this year. So as I've already said, I will link down below a playlist with all my videos for this challenge, and I hope you enjoy watching them. And in today's video, I will work on the next 4 prompts, 18 to 21. And the first prompt for today is bright. So when I read the prompt bright, I immediately had to think about bright colors, neon colors. And this is an envelope here that I made in one of my last videos, I guess. I think this was an envelope that I used to pick up the leftover paint from my jelly plate, I think. And I got this beautiful, messy color here on this envelope, and I think this is perfect for today's prompt. Oh, and in case you don't know yet, I have a motto for this journal, and it is keep it simple, and I really want to try to stick to it when I make my prompts for today. So I think this envelope is really beautiful. I mean, look at this. But I want to embellish it further, and I have these acrylic inks. I have this orange and the yellow, and I just love them. They come in a set, this orange and I guess blue and green and other amazing colors, and I love using them. And I just want to apply some of this ink onto this envelope. I just apply some random splatters here, and I'm spritzing some water. Ooh, look at that. This is always so gorgeous. I love this. I could watch this for hours. So let's use some orange on top and spritz some more water. This is amazing. So I'm going to dry this now with my heat tool. And of course, if you dry this with your heat tool, you have to make sure that you don't melt this plastic thing from this window here. So please be careful. And in this case, I will only go over here. So this is dry now. I really love it. But I want to add another layer of this thinned down white gesso. I'm just taking my splatter brush and want to add some splatters, of course. I think, yeah, splatters always add immediately a great texture or another interest to your journal page or to your background. And in this case, I want to splatter everywhere, I mean all over this colored part of the envelope. I will show you later why. So I dried it with my heat tool and look how amazing this already looks. Yeah, I totally love it. I mean, I could use this whole envelope, and I really love this blending thing here on the envelope, but I will only use this portion here because I want to glue it down on the journal page, and this fits perfectly in concerning the height of this envelope. So I think I will cut this down probably later on. I won't use everything of this envelope. And the idea is to write down the word bride somehow with this Posca pen. And I plan to, add the letters of this word and then to color the whole background between the letters so that you can see in the end the letters and they have the color of this background and it can really pop out. And the rest between the letters is totally black. So that's the idea. And I'm not measuring anything or the position of each of the 6 letters that have to fit on this envelope. I'm just going all in. I'm not tracing the letters before I paint them with my acrylic pen. So yes, let's be brave here. So I'm just tracing the letters and I really have no plan how I want them to look. I just go with the flow in this moment and give them the shape that feels perfect for me in this moment. So this is how it looks like and I really, really love it. I will now go in the background with my black pencil and make it all black. And I'm just asking myself if I want to have some kind of a frame, but maybe I will just draw a line here to make my life easier about how wide I have to color everything up. And in case you're wondering, you are listening to a voiceover right now, and to be precise, from the beginning of this video I had to make a voiceover because I don't know, there were a lot of accidents concerning this video that you are watching in this moment, and somehow I forgot to press the record button in the beginning. So yeah, I mean the record button of my microphone. Obviously my phone filmed, but I didn't record any voice. So this is the result and I really, really love it. You can see this beautiful background, the neon colors and the splatters. So I'm cutting it down to size so that it fits onto my journal page, and I left this border of the neon colors and the splatters for some extra embellishment. And I just think it would have looked nice if I have left it as a frame around the letters, but it is what it is now. And I can use it now, of course, as a pocket somehow, because yeah, it is already a pocket. So let's look inside my journal where I want to add it and how I want to add it. I mean, I could use it as a pocket here, or as a fold out, a flap. Maybe here I could tape it down onto this journal page with some packaging tape, where I could put something in from the top. I could punch this, you know, how is it called, notch thing here. This would be great here. I mean, this would be some kind of an extra page if I just stapled this or glued it down onto this packaging thing here. But I think I will at first sew around. So I sewed around the edges with a messy straight stitch, and I would have loved to use some neon colored thread and not this white here, but you might probably know my sewing machine is still broken and it has to be repaired. So I'm currently working with a borrowed sewing machine, and this sewing machine does not want to cooperate either. So I'm really happy when she gives me this straight stitch without any struggles, so I won't change it. I won't risk this, so it has to be always the white thread at the moment. I want to add some more interest, and I have this beautiful golden thread that you can also use in your sewing machine. And I want to bunch up some of this thread and want to make a little cluster that I then staple on as well when I staple on the piece of the envelope onto the journal page. So this thread is really a diva. Obviously this is some kind of plasticky material that this thread is made of. So it is sturdy, and when you want to bunch it up, it has her own, you know, how do you say in English? It wants to do what it wants to do and not what I want to do. So I'm adding on top a piece of lace and staple this on. And this is the result. This is really fun. I think this turned out really beautiful. I love the colors and also the messiness of this page. Yeah, and so the prompt bride is finished. So let's go on with the next prompt. And when I read the prompt bubble, I immediately knew what I wanted to show you today, because I love this technique that I will show you in a second. It is so much fun and gives beautiful results. So what you need is a container or a jar, and you want to add some water. I'm just eyeballing. I don't need a lot because I will only do a few tags. So after putting the water in here, my phone stopped recording. I don't know what this is. In the beginning, the missing voice recording, and now this accident. So it is what it is, and I'm trying my best to provide you with high quality content. So I hope you have fun. So you need water. Then I added acrylic paint. You can use any color you like. You can use any other medium. You can do it with watercolor, for example. And here as well, I'm just eyeballing how much I need. And then I added some dishwashing liquid. And the dishwashing liquid will make it possible that I can have some fun bubbles. And now let's try it. So I have a normal, how's it called, straw here. I always keep them when they come with some kind of beverage. Is that the right word? I guess. Something to drink, you know. So I'm now making some bubbles with this. This is fun. And now I make a test thing. I have this envelope here and I dab, you know, this is not, I mean, the color can be perfect, but the bubbles don't want to stay. So it needs more dishwashing liquid. Yeah, I will add some paint. So I make a test with this watercolor paper. Yes, I think that's perfect. So it's better if you use a glass or a jar that is a little bit higher and thinner. But for now, I don't want to do thousands of papers. In this moment, I just want to do 1 or 2 tags or Rolodex index cards or something like this. So this is okay for me, and I will use up the rest of the paint later on after filming this video, and will dye some paper with it. So I have these Rolodex cards. So when these bubbles are dry, you get a lot of fun on this paper. You know, you can see it here already. It's just so much fun. Just remember and be careful, you don't want to drink it with a straw. You want to make the bubbles. So this is already enough, and I'm going to dry this now. Isn't this beautiful? Look how fun this pattern is. And I mean, the color is here a little bit more, it's not as bright as here because this is totally white mixed media paper, and these Rolodex cards are original vintage, and they already are a little grungy in color. And this here is also so much fun. You can of course add another layer. You can of course add another color here. You can prepare 3, 4, 5 jars with this solution of dishwashing liquid, water and paint, and then you can work simultaneously. But for now I want to leave it with this turquoise. So let's see what I want to do with it in my journal. I think I only want to do maybe a tip in or a fold out. This is beautifully together. I don't know why, but somehow I love this. I could do a pocket. You know, I decided to not add much more bulk in here as I already have, because She's getting really chunky. Ooh, I could glue it down like so. Here, I really love it. But I could have this as a journaling spot here. Maybe, probably I won't write anything down on here because I'm not that text journaling girl. I prefer junk and art journaling without a lot of words. Well, I guess I will add it here. I really love it here. And I have this piece of fabric here. I want to make 2 tabs and glue the Rolodex card onto the page with these 2 tabs, like so. And that way I get a beautiful contrast that adds to the interest. And probably this is not finished at the moment. At the moment it is finished for me, but I might add a focal point or something on top of this, or some stamping or whatever. But yeah, I have this fold out here, or this flap, and I just wanted to show you this fun technique that I really, really love. You can do it also, of course, with coffee and with all our other paints that you have. And yeah, maybe I'll leave it this way. Maybe I will add something. We will see. But for now, the prompt is done. Bubble. So let's continue with tissue. So when it comes to tissue paper, I always have the feeling it is a rocket science to know which paper exactly is tissue paper. I mean, there is rice paper, there is butcher paper, there is glassine, there is tissue paper, there is I don't know what. There are a lot of names, and I always have the feeling I don't know what tissue paper is. I mean, I know that this is some kind of tissue paper-ish, or yeah, you know what I mean. But yeah, I have some other tissue papers in my stash as well, and I would call them all tissue papers. So I think this is okay if I use this one. And I want to stamp and make some fun collage paper. What I absolutely love to do, I love stamping on tissue paper and using them. This is something that I recently explored and I love it. It is so meditative to just stamp down on this paper and then use this. I'm using here my StazOn Jet Black because other inks won't dry on this surface. This is really, I don't know, shiny, and I think you know what I mean. And normal ink like the Distress Oxides or VersaFine Clear won't dry here, maybe at all or not very well. Unfortunately, oh yes, it works. This stamp pad, I thought this would soon be empty, but it works. So I'm using these, I love these faces from this stamp set. I can show you what stamp set this is. So, Dino Wakley, and these are the faces, and this is the number. So I love these faces, and let's stamp a second one because I don't like that this is so wonky here and not in an angle with the paper. So I will do it again. Well, this is still wonky, but better. I mean, this is a disadvantage if you don't have the stamp image here on the back of the stamps. So yeah, this is better with other stamps. And I will just stamp pretty, I don't know, randomly with some stamps here, so that I can have a great collage fodder. And I always have some scraps laying here, so I will stamp down the rest of the ink on this paper. I can still use this as collage fodder. Okay, I think that's enough for my project today. And of course, I won't use everything. I will also be able to fill up my stash a little bit. And I love this translucent look here. So let's see how I want to use it in my journal. I mean, I could just glue this down onto a black and white paper. Can you see this? Then you have an additional interest on the background. But of course, I want to have some colors in the background. And I think I will add something from my stash. I have this leftover piece. This is a jelly print from both sides, I guess. I really love this, but I want to have it brighter here. So I think I will use this side. Or maybe this side. I still have these here. Oh, I love this one. I really love this one because I have these, I don't know, you can see them as marks. And I will just glue some of this down onto a journal page. Maybe here, because I really don't like these fabrics here on the back of this page. And this would be a great opportunity to cover this up. And now I think I want to use this face as a, you know, focal point. And I will now glue this down with my Liquitex matte gel. I will at first apply some on the background. This glue is perfect for collaging. It dries completely matte, so you won't see any shining spots or, yeah, some of these things that we often don't want in a collage. And I can also apply some on the tissue paper. And this helps even more that the tissue paper blends into the background, so you nearly don't see nothing at all when this is all dry. So I will quickly dry this and then I will show you the result. So this is how it looks like, and you can see that you can hardly see anything of the tissue paper. And I really, really love this because you get a tiny bit of an idea that this is an extra layer here with the stamping. You notice a little bit of an extra texture here, but it is totally, you know, delicate. And this is absolutely what I like. I really, really love this. You can see the background and the stamping, and I mean, you can leave it as it is, obviously. It is a beautiful journal page. But I want to add a quote. I mean, this is amazing, isn't it? I didn't plan that this stamp should be here, but I think this fits perfectly. And I think here is a space where obviously there is missing something. And this is a perfect space for a quote, isn't it? So I want to add in my dreams. Can you see this? Because I think she's looking like, you know, how do you say, dreamy? And I'm just gluing it here down. And my page is ready. So tissue is done as well. So we're at prompt 21, map. And for the fourth prompt for today's video as well, I want to keep it simple, no? My motto. So I have this tag from a, I don't know, shirt or something like this. I always keep these tags. They are so much fun. I love using them. They are so sturdy and they have the perfect shape. I mean, they come in thinner, smaller, taller, yeah, shapes. I just love them. So I will just embellish this and glue it somewhere in my journal. I have this huge page from a book with maps. I don't know how it is called in English. It's called an Atlas in German. So I'm using this piece because I like this thing, this color blending thing here. Of course, it is clogged again. Wow, this is a lot of glue here. Whoa. Oh no, the glue comes out everywhere here. I will just cut the excess off. This is wonky here. Oh no. I don't like it. Oh, this bugs me. I will take this off and take another piece. This is better. So I will punch this hole again. And of course, as it has to be for tags, I will sew around. No, I will not sew around. My borrowed sewing machine doesn't manage to sew in here. She's just not capable to do this. So my own sewing machine would be able to do this. But yeah, for this sewing machine that I have right now, this is obviously too thick. So I have to leave it as it is. I know some of you said I can go around and do some, you know, lines to imitate sewing, but I must admit, I mean, this is a great idea, but I miss the texture. I really miss the texture of the thread if I can't sew around. Yeah, I will leave it as it is, and I have these pre-made clusters here laying on my desk. I made some a while ago, and since then they are laying here. I made some with pieces that I was gifted. Where are the other ones? Here is another one. Here is another one. I mean, they are really crazy. Well, this is not part of the cluster. They are somehow really crazy things, but I made these when I didn't feel like creating something at all. So I just grabbed my basket with all my scraps and just glued some things together and stapled some thread here, some fabric. So yeah, they are ready to go. And I want to use this one. This color swatch was gifted to me in a swap. I think I will just tie these two together. I will use this thread here. Isn't this already finished? I must admit, I'm really missing the sewing. Yeah, but it is what it is. Oh, I have these butterflies still here. Ooh, they would be beautiful. Oh, shall I add one of these here? What do you think? Well, I really think this is a little bit too big, so I grabbed my die cuts, and I think this butterfly goes really well here, doesn't it? I like it. So where do we want to put it? I thought about this flap here. Well, and I just realized this is really a good amount of bulk. Ooh, I wanted to avoid this. How about this here? Then I have the book page here as an additional interest. I really like it here or here. Oh, and look how well these colors go together. Ooh, okay, this is the place. And this is fun because this can move here and you have kind of like an interactive element. So the last prompt for today is finished map. So we have these prompts left, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching again or for watching the first time if you're new on my channel. Check out my playlist that I've linked for you down below in the description box to see my other videos for this series. And I would be really, really happy if I would see you again in my next video. Have a lovely day. Bye.